Hey, how is everyone? And today I want to talk about attention. It's a concept that I've learned from my mentor, Jim Fortin, that we are where our attention is. And I really couldn't get it for a long time, but let me explain to you. I grew up in worry and fear. And I was in the habit of constantly worrying what's next. What can I do next? What's going to happen tomorrow and a week from now and a month from now? Not realizing that really we only have this moment right now. The past doesn't exist anymore. The future is not here yet. It's all about now and it's all about where we keep our attention. And I was in a habit of worry and fear and what effort. That was a huge one for me because that's what was modeled to me, that's what was presented to me. My mother was an incredibly negative person who worried a lot. And me, as a little girl, observing this, I've learned that this is how I'm supposed to show up in life. If I worry, then I'm a good person because I'm trying to find the best solution. And the more I worry, better I am, not realizing that by keeping my attention there, I was attracting more things to worry about. So that kind of goes into a bit of psychology that the more we think about something, the more we are in a habit of something, our brain will constantly seek and search for people, places, situations to prove to us what we believe, what is our story, what we think about to be as true. Because my truth is not the truth, it's not the reality, it's my reality, my map of the world, my viewpoint. It's not the ultimate truth. There is very little that is an ultimate truth. Everyone's got their own realities, their own map of the world based upon who they are, the past experiences, and what was modeled to them. So we are where our attention is. When you really get it, it's so powerful because our mind is a garden. So just go with me. Just go with me with this analogy. Our mind is a garden, okay? And what thoughts you seed, because thoughts are seeds, you will either grow flowers or you will grow weeds. And by sowing thoughts of worry, fear, not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I need to prove myself, I'm only good enough if I'm constantly delivering and overachieving, it will grow weeds. But if you have abundant thoughts, you are lovable, you are good enough just as you are right now, you will grow flowers because we are what our attention is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know for a fact because I was that it can be really hard and challenging to move our attention from worry and fear if we've been in a habit of thinking in a certain way for years or decades. Because once we're in the habit of doing something, our brain doesn't really want to let go of that easily. It will really put up a fight to keep you where you are. But let me tell you, that fight, so worth it. Like, I'm not kidding. I am so much more at peace, happy with myself, loving myself, and everything in my life is so much better when I let go of worry, of overthinking, of what if scenarios, and when I truly embrace loving myself. And that's also possible for you, and especially for us women. We are being brought up with that idea that everyone else's needs are far more important than yours. And then we end up in a terrible relationships and we look after those men and you hear those crazy statistics that married men lives longer and actually it's quite the opposite for women and then single women are happier and live longer. Because when we put so much attention into caring of for everyone else, but we forget about ourselves. That's what happens. So I'm not saying don't get married and not be in a relationship. Just make sure that you don't forget about yourself. And this kind of I'm jumping over the place. There's so much that I've mentioned here, but just embrace that idea that you are where your attention is and set an intention to be very mindful where your thoughts are, what the stories are, and catch yourself every time when you see them going into the worry and fear and overthinking and bring it back into abundance. And let me tell you, things will start shifting for you.